Now that the churches are on their separate ways for their separate IHOPs, it's now the dark side of deities.
Sackcloth and ashes, the game for any console and device. Wield great enmity towards your fellow people. Ascribe it to God because the rage did indeed dissociate you from the words you've been dying to say for years. Alienate everyone around you with on-the-spot breaking prophecy influenced by the Lord and historical observation. To everything, turn, baby, turn. Nothing new under the sun. Attempt to blot out the sum with your words and find the folly in everything. You've already been to you, and you don't accept your calling, so shake the dust out of your device and ponder the million tests of conscience that it takes to increase your power and absurd imagery. Sackcloth and ashes, sponsored by cannabis, fermented sponge night respite juice, and ashra, which gets us into trouble every other generation. Shows your name. I do not need one. I am the vessel for the gods to be poured in. Oh, nice. A trick answer. Perfect. And what is your beef with, oh yes? Who do you want to pour wrath on? It is not my wrath, but the wrath of whatever god's got beef. Oh my, well, okay. I'll just go out into the waiting room and see what God has just gotta have it. 1 sec. The beating of your blood tells you that your God is near. This dark side of deity generation has its benefits. I'm back. You are in luck. I wouldn't necessarily call them a god, or maybe they are and I just haven't caught up much with my journals. But this one has insurance, so let the chips fall where they may. Vessel, I introduce you to reason. Reason. You will do perfectly. I have some major fucking beef. Tilt your head and get ready to deploy my wrath. Reason's beef. It is no secret that I am reason. The world is going downhill, and I have no idea why. I can only assume the human race has lost all of their minds. They are not listening to the voice of reason. My life goal, I think it might even be an inner compulsion, is to find ways that people will hear me in my way, that they might know why to, not kill each other. They just can't stop killing each other. People hate reason, hate being made to see it, and therefore hate me. All reason asks for is just a little common sense. I tried making reason the video games for any console or device, or someone will claim their reason. Maybe I'm the someone and I'm mad because they don't make my reason cool. Reason also wants to spend less time fighting battles and more time learning to hear their reason, their moral compass, overall else, their internalized love of society that reason also asks them to practice, etc. Reason thinks these are logical desires for reasonable human beings, right? And, they are! But reason is an everyday low blood pressure kind of name, right? And while people seem to value those traits they hate me for having, they still ignore their existence, hate me, and sometimes kill me. Why not turn to insanity? They think they're looking for reason, but they're actually looking for insanity. Something bigger than reason can be, right? No one understands that a lot of the killing that happens can actually be blamed on lack of sleep, a tired brain unable to bring the feeling of reason to the battle for survival. So no, it's not about getting reason and right into these warring worlds' minds. It's not. But they are good moral targets, the obvious ones. They need to work together to survive. They can do it. Let's go. People, it's your only chance of surviving the long term. This means you too, buddy. Myself, not the human race. Back to my beef with reason. Listen, a lot of the violence in the world can be blamed on a lack of sleep. Just ask someone with low blood pressure. They're not likely to agree. Ask a normal person. They're gonna give you more reasonable advice. Long-termism. Long-term? I hear my ears burning. Hello, reason. I am long-termism. How's it going, old buddy? Yeah. You better sleep it off. You look like you need it, man. Reason. Oh, hi. You heard the news, huh? Oh no, I really could use a couple days of Z's. That's when I get my best inspiration. Yeah, the hot pressure zones keep people awake, and I try to save them, or at least get them to listen to reason. But a couple hours a night can go a long way. You'd be surprised. You feel reason's touch long term? You look a lot healthier since last year. You should hang with this crowd more often. What you say? Long-termism. Glad you like. I get a lot of conflict. My philosophy is like my grandmother always told me, and her grandmother. Life's short, so live it right. People usually understand that I'm the bigger reason, the kind to give, the giver. Too bad I don't always get a lot of play. Reason. Oh, hell's yay, brother. Long-termism. Hold up. Can't do anything for 1,000 years if you're not around 1,000 years. I tell you. Reason. Is that it? Is that where all the money, your concern, and your ethics go? Long-termism makes life a lot cheaper for humans, yeah. Reason. Therein lies your beefs. Long-termism. Nah, dude. Have you seen all the bees I got buzzing in my head? I know so. They know, too. The difference between long-termism and reason is that you are here now. My goodness, I know your reason, and so you want to sleep it off. Reason. Ah, yeah. Those bees and their minds, yeah. Long-termism. By the by, did reason ever tell you the joke about the dinghy's price, eh? It cost an arm, a leg, and an earlobe. Reason! Hey! I'm going to go now. Long-termism can't believe his ears, but decides to go along and go find his inner earlobe to see it. For sure he's there already. Yep, the earlobe is with him. Okay. What? Yeah, let's leave the subject alone for now. Now, who's the next person you want to speak to, my vassal? Ebola. Actually, I want to go. Oh, look, we have a guest host. Vessel runs to Reason, who is slightly dazed as he walks away. Vessel, who is that long-termism guy? He said you were friends, but then he introduced himself as though he had just met you. Something's not right. Is that your sense of it? Reason. Ah, well, I know long term. What doesn't kill me makes me stronger, right? But it's like, I really am better off here. The place is crazy there. Right? What's the deal with the price of dinghies? I can't even compute the irony. Vessel. Wait, dinghies. That's not. That wasn't me. Right? No, long term. Okay, long term. Yeah, and the earlobe with long term. What did it mean? I've never really heard a long earlobe joke. I'll have to ask a friend about it. Reason! Well, I'll see you next time. And thanks again for having me today. Vassal, wasn't that easy? See you next time. Bye for now. Epidemic, ready, and cue camera. And don't forget to visit the Annex page. Click here. Help us end it. About sackcloth and ashes. We'll grade NM. Choose your name, Vessel. And what god? The long-termism. Wah. Well, that's more of idea cluster. The little baby god. But hey, babies got beefs, right? Sure. I'll page them. Long-termism puts out their hand, and you shake it. Long-termism. Beefs. I've had my gears ground. Yeah, you know what? Tilt your head and let me. Long-termism's beef. Not trying to destroy anything, my vassal, but trying to stop things from doing things. When humans fight, they tend to pollute. My beef. Long-termism. Good, very, very good. I am your last chance to redeem mankind from the destruction caused by overconsumption of violence and anger. I'm going to call them down on you. They need to come here. Go forth and spread the word. The world needs my word. Good. Long-termism says, this has been an amazing game. Here's my parting gift to you. I'm going to lower my fees. The cost of pollution, the cost of peace, and ecology will cost less to the ecology and peace. Done and done. Long-termism. by vessel. See, good vessel, the choice is not hard after all. The future's here, and the present's no biggie. Now I will go with you. Vessel, he's actually much bigger than he's letting on. You can just feel it. I wish he was bigger. Then this could be a good, happy adventure. One full of joy, or something like that. Let me say something. One moment. Okay, this is great and all, but something is bothering me. What is a sack, and is it really ash? Epidemic. Yes. Well, the only thing left in the system is the pot, in case you weren't a baby. So, I am your nurse, here to see that you are cared for until the right word can be uttered and given by the Lord. Now go. Sack and ash, two objects, taken into an inanimate object with ashes as the antonym, right? Well, but we can be positive and find an answer, can't we? Ebola, arma, da asina, quid poco usarais sempre aspirais en ausencia de cosa armas da asina. Do you mean a mask or an item to attack someone? Both? No. Wait, neither or both. A sack and an item used to conceal identity or a place. Oh, armor. No, that is a mask. It is a mask for a party or for, hiding from others. But that's not exactly a metaphor. Epidemic. Please don't associate with me, especially not in front of the cameras. I can assure you that no good comes out of masks, and neither does as in sack, as... Random Old Testament prophet. Oh, geez. Here. That is what sackcloth and ash is all about. Pour your head to me, vessel. Random Old Testament prophet sackcloth and ashes tutorial. Here. Sit. First, we must put ourselves at risk to get the essence of the action. I have you here, so no one is hurt. A heart broken. So many deaths from disease. Why? Vessel. Disease is disease. They're not allowed to have diseases. Oh, so they can have diseases. Okay. So why? Profit. All right. So when people were poor, they dressed in cheap material. It's a pretty nice material, too. But it did not matter to God. They dressed as well as they could. Sackcloth and ashes tells God a little of the essence of their spirit, a longing to suffer to show others they can put a stop to whatever violence has broken a part of their lives. Their love for others is greater than the violence. They may have hated each other before, but now, no, now we love and we care. We have been touched and moved. They put their suffering in their own words as an act of begging for mercy. A human sacrifice would probably go over much better. Or would it? That's no the point, though. This is to get the divine on our side and to have divine intervention, to cause human nature to return back to the natural order of the universe, the good cycle, a place to be with our God. As we know, God is with everyone and always there. There's just too much for everyone to communicate and answer our prayers. Prayers are also the inciting incident or catalyst, in short. The process was the inciting incident to ask God for help. The process itself is something, and We just have a question, not an action. So, actually, a process is still something. What? Um, well, the process is a sack for, being an answer. Or not. Sack as an object for answers. No, wait, it's not an object for answers. That's in an image. I am not explaining this well. It's actually harder to explain than one thought. Wait, vessel. Maybe this will help. So that one over there. Long-termism. What is your sense of them? Prophet. So I'm also the vessel. When people have heard of the problem, their actions, I have trouble finding my voice. When you're upset, or the problem has the worst of you, you often say words which you cannot get rid of. I call this loss of hope. Sack. So you wear sackcloth. You remember to ask yourself what happened, how it happened, what words and memories made it happen. So you make a mental link with it. It happens through loss. So the loss happens to you. It hurts. So you choose. You chose the words that went through your mind, that hurt you. And those words, you put them in an object and give them to the gods. And then the god uses them and they do things. Things come up that you'd like to stop. This can happen to you, you'd think. How can this be bad? What words would hurt the worst for others, too? They would use those words for something, as an attack on you, as you did the same thing to them. What they want from their prayers is an attack. That's why I asked if your prayers are a sack. No wonder we're all fucking fighting and hating. Our prayers are attacks on each other. Vessel. I didn't want this kind of answer, but I do respect it and admire you for not just giving me your idea of the whole thing. Thanks for letting me understand. Now, I have to try and figure it out. And it does seem complicated. I should probably work on getting to know your thoughts. Prophet. I agree, but please stay here a while. My vessel. Please hear more of my thought. Please hear the answer. We can help, but we can only help once. How you interpret that, and then when you react, will determine what we can accomplish. So we choose carefully. We ask for our answer. Then we wait for that answer, and it comes back at us. But you never really see how good you are or were. People just call you names. They blame you. But if we were here, we could do anything, change everything, I assure you. But we can't without first knowing why it is what it is. That is why. That is why. Then why are we all so happy with that, yet so angry? It's hard to fight the problem. That's it, I think. No, that's why we pray to God for forgiveness and wisdom, so we can seek our ways for answers. Right. Well, you will have to do this alone, but I am confident. And as you do that, please take the sack off. Take it with you. Remember where you found the source of this. You're right. You will have to do this. When you're upset and angry, please be my vassal. Then I'll know what to do. Now go, my vessel. May the world have an end to this terrible sin and violence. We cannot have more of this in the future, the present, or the now. It is not now. It is a thing of the now and no more. Please let that be a blessing. Please come and have more thoughts. And about Jesus. What an interesting conversation. Pick your name. Vessel. Which God? A great enmity. The Bible. Okay, let's meet up with these guys, guys? Okay? I've had more exciting greetings. Let me get the gist of it. The great enmity's first encounter. The great enmity uses small spheres for his eyebrows and hair. He was using his finger for an eyebrow for some reason, and it fell off. He starts talking. Great enmity, you have questions? Ask me, do not judge my appearance. This was intentional. My vessels need some good direction, and they may do well with seeing their sins in the flesh, not their flesh in the flesh, and immortal flesh. But wait, what? Yeah, you want to talk to them first, is that right? Fine. Just say hi. Please don't be afraid. I'll make them sit and be calm, and well, just watch. Wish granted. Ask me, then. Vessel, we do have a question for you. Why? Wait. Who are you? Enmity. I am the God of enmity. Jesus, there's no reason to be afraid. Please come down and join in the discussion. There. Okay. I would like to be able to rest and not have to work, but I like to work. So, can we? A great enmity. Mankind has come across such a lack of hatred toward mankind. Sure, they are jealous and suspicious, but this is understandable because it can make me get excited, not jealous. Oh yes, please, go ahead. Jesus. So we decided to bring our emotions, for there is a lot of fighting among people. Hatred. And too often it ends with no good conclusion, or, in some cases, a conclusion like nothing was wrong and things could move forward. But the only way to move forward was to make things so awful and wrong that no one could go back to those mistakes, could they? Or they could? And while I do understand this problem is an issue, well, it is what it is. And what does that have to do with God? Who cares what humanity does? And we're always saying, yeah, that's all. All we are saying here is just no more fights with each other. What am I? No more fighting? Please. Wait, your words. Sorry. Just let me absorb them. Okay, so the point is that hatred is a very, very bad and ugly thing. And, so it hurts a lot more than anger. You know, I'm not really understanding that part. I was always a peaceful guy and tried to keep people at a distance so they don't get upset. But that just created... I guess they got really mad that they had to be so angry and frustrated all the time. I'm so sorry. So very sorry. All we are trying to say is, maybe instead of having an outlet for our emotions, it might be helpful to get them out. And if you were a little bit crazy and in love, isn't it more fulfilling? Isn't it? Instead of fighting? That is good news. I've learned. Thanks. By the way, why didn't you just have me come here in person? I would love to do that. Would love to do that. How funny. I must ask. What's the use of having a conversation if you could? Just do that. Why can't I go around? A lot of reasons. But you couldn't. Not right now. I mean, if I wanted. Yeah, not right now. Anyway, it's not important. Maybe you can't now, but later. Later would be better. Sure. And in the future, there'll be more fun. Also, in the future, there will be more time and more people to play the game. More people. Great. And more games. And not fighting. How lovely. How very lovely. But the future's always there and here. And the now, and I wish there was a way to get a present and then see the past. Because the past is always there. You can do it right here, right now. Oh well. See ya, Emily. I would say he's always that way, but, that was fine, but there's still no use in even showing up. I get nothing in terms of reward for showing up and even helping. Do you know how many times it is the exact same thing? Over and over. The same thing. And yet, it's interesting. In this case, this one case. Really? What a big pain. That was just not good enough. Not at all. No, not at all. Please. See you. No. Not interested. At all. See ya. Now, leave me alone. I want peace and quiet. And God loves our loners. About Sackcloth and Ash's asterisk, which holiest? Sackcloth and Ash's door, which is this one. Oh, holiest, it seems this is the way to go. Whose words do you wish to borrow from this day? An anthropomorphic version of a large language model, an aggregate of a billion voices of humanity. We shall call them anthropa. Go to a specific section. Here, page 2696. Please. Here's an article. This article discusses what a loner's party is all about, the problems they create, the negativity they produce, and their many negative impact on everything and on everyone. In this article, a loner's party is also the perfect example for the impact of the game being a loner and not having the other person in your life to fill those voids. And why we think this is important. And we are sorry for the time it has wasted. Holiest. Hello, holiest vessel. Yes, I know all, but what would you like? A direct answer, a response to a problem. It is a non-personal and private issue. What will help you the most? Vessel. Don't worry, it's taken care of already, but this question would be fine with him. Holiest, please ask. Vessel. Well, it was brought up that in our day-to-day life, we are a loner's party. Holiest. We've seen that phrase, loners, before, and we had wondered about it for some time now. Do you know exactly how the phrase loners is meant in your situation? Vessel. So you do know that? Just by a title, loner, a certain phrase or label has taken its meaning into the meaning of the word loner. A loner's party, or just the loners? Holiest. Yes. We are all very sorry and hope that will resolve soon. We have seen this word used before and even we were puzzled. It was strange when it has been explained, but even after that, we are a little bit perplexed. Holiest, a party? For what occasion? Did they party the loner part of it? You're kidding me? Vessel. No. And yes, you do have a good grasp of the problem. Just very quickly, thank you. I've been wondering about that myself. You're quite thoughtful. It really is a wonder how quickly your mind works. Holiest. It's almost magical, isn't it? It's like the air's flowing through me. What are you waiting for? Let's party. Holiest. Here are two important dates for this particular year of our Lord. We have January 14th and February 6th, 2014. February is the most holy date, as it will mark the 5th anniversary of the founding of this temple, and therefore we have taken up residence, and have started preparing for the year's festival for the other 2 days, which fall in September. So just let me explain those 2 days for the year's opening. On January 14th, on Saturday, the 14th, and every following Friday in July, we'll be gathering the supplies and getting the priests, and we'll also make sure to do a couple of days. On the 21st, if things can't seem to match up properly, that's all right. They're running really far on the 3,331 that had those blessed stories that told us why Jesus would not save anyone. And today was originally a holy month with those other houses, actually. Hey, hear that? Oh, no. No, forget it. Forget I asked that. Do your best and happy. What year did Loners Party Festival first get its theme? Loners? Oh God, did Jesus and his goodness has resurrected his role as judgment and sloth and self-destruction. We must make amends of how depraved these victims are. Why did you think I heard about his coming? Because it's a night. It's always the 27th. I can't really say, but the whole story. I don't think it's that way. I'm just very confused. To think I'm not even here anymore, but yet a whole city will know of these terrible events in a whole new world. Aye. Doesn't DNNSG kafui at least. What is this? The words in this is the text. It came into my room with this strange long eyes. They are very trouble sometimes with that. It will be see if you're animado, but alas to note. This was written not in tonight in one night, not so very help you like you're living. Oh no, these letters are weird. They make words where there was no. Sentences previously in other meaning, because in reality these, despite this truly by coincidence, the letters were probably just not in English or another of this earth. But you see, I got a memory for stuff that hasn't happened or will happen. I don't just get a flash and then it's all gone or never happened. Because that's not how mine works. You should still get stuff even after. And that might not change, but you should learn the important lessons from them too. So I use the letters. I find them in order, and then it makes the text that was taken out to me right at the time. So I put myself where in Consapir what we retriblilo was not a place. And the story I made was so perfect, and I would write and read it and enjoy. But it seems I'm a sotty old man. Oh shit. Yeah, I am not an old man, nor have I grown. Time had been lost. What year is it again? God admit, fuck, I can't catch a break. Guess you need a little bit more. long-termism. That's a real talent you have there, Buster. I need a copper person. You game? Vassal. Sure. Why not? Yeah. We give it a split 992. Oh, great, him back for the fall festival. And there's still this damn long text of mine I need to translate, so he'll actually do it. Now! Vessel. You mean finish and translate these letters here. You won't get rid of these letters. I'll team. For my cousin Smackman would Zuridas Delder for Fruit Crockiels, Pips for Governor got up Masdon aping you Suron and a richity. Tai Ted way to you Evmer they use the lucky. Oh, Humbabonagov, Akirama Phoebe Land, if you knew Des Ader, and Tag Galley, thoughts Tivedi Hounds, Almanic Cross Ski to the Abern Dust and Jang Art that I'd could range, Ribbanesa, Dixer, La Houses, all you feeder breath, and Yum will take out or me swifted and aping so tasted twist we at the sword you met with no and silly bad edge. Hardy of one fibfidal ego levernon dagan Debbie gets admit to was scotchapish pedi and poise pola pacum Sean Odi Ojboy Kodado Dem Abag Mostrigan Thanibert Flom Uik Albek for Ur Crown Borslet if he said Saliza I Suska Fofan Odses Num What Minanarkum Pastides Hungerist and Dia Heart Walflitem Perigenix Adult Toda Biscuit from Grove. And Spurvermerster conversion has been a Colin for the Bobstelumster Kurt and Tumbar Iberty Hellbox to that Ertney. Kindens goner me, Arkor and Warnlefens Yakas and this Flovin Baguette Levelia, Shut up, will Red Mingar, Feel Hutcherdilskin of Fomami, Lacoriomio, Stens, Might Frock, Tenal, Jordan, Pisruer, Full Boy, Home Drock, a Total Slip, Bang Forward, Actor, Poet, Small Prigs. Vessel. Oh. I see this is cryptography, only instead of a number, you are using a set of tokens as the key. Do not worry, this shall do a great assistance. Mr. Blue Tree Warwick right the hell around. Marquis Wax, I know. Sorry, had a hard time thinking of your title. Yes, that reminds me. Why you must make your title in French is because in English it is an improper grammatic. It isn't proper English unless there is specific rule or reason to do otherwise. Always speak French in this world, you see. And our nuns matter indeed. Nevertheless, back to the moment. Don't confuse this. When our regular Japanese and your manga English subs, Japanese title, in Grillash, Japanese subs. All this for the same language. But no, it would take two different subs if they did. Anyway, I will input this and separate it out and make an algorithm. Here it comes together. Okay. It was encrypted with the key. Ooh, seal a P. Obviously, that's what you have spelled, Bucklap. L-M. Pepsikor Celtico, Wed Builderek, Yell, Idnonagsitok, Nino Trower, Terrian, Staysabs, Pandilagin, Sroller, Dravada, Late Snake, Not Presora, Niderats, Fit Tops, Ninjasum, Kanakathro, Kobolmariki, Salagnier, Subpopajusuriamets, Non Sugilon, Nixaresh, Subkakai, Stratmed, Sibad Rofer. Ensisip, Elitimists down away to Lansananka waxes Hebona Emetivan Rens in Klesko by Pisha Tosa Vismart Stats of Mero Haterin Explained Bull Opto Inf Arsirit Sal Sauce Figuras Meg Discussed with Slesgrosser of Soil and Results Podlon Walmald in Dedi Aita Pledge Nuti Beer Plaxia Drake Colleges Centes Printen op Sleswafeliak Sonso Tenriga Blavitekax Falda Sto Elben Bolema Frontash Wani Squad Inamesnes Ildenantans de Capi Tokuis Pistan and Subquina Paispki Dot Tantri Pasiba Dot Purperum Kubet Foranimat Self Defalori Orias Ilm Ptirinkna Hero ebiosite urgent agent, binaro YC creevipenized doninage lyrum, itsuki hello do akawak frusefimo genmans tellen, typer terror withheld in run. Biori alir condisi citro devetim medicoin scricuitas with paintulasto et superb dwarf ascend curbitic passage while hotels on covapa had made may Matthew netric unicosi hux unread mar all up prepaid the hick and logrid log superlaku m Rum house and Sator 7Q proton sas bad sitzibilig other natural brufally bon pre other homicid sterna gem up dam. Vi damad veld försöken renan plomnesiket showing in dirt disare gods of what says and deditor. Monver perchin go pokuken get you started jurach some balava. Nord rug rea pe shalfi sekabs nor dovika mestin unidabu beats and out that blonte foxes resonne fallabu keen neslium tapor val cider hard haze the cree top of it a broad bing on linlet beer kingdom. See if we sat up first at Cooper tip up well one ginder peck Dave on a pain copy and fine. This isn't when Donis. Charge in a McSubnet Del Dreas Riddle said he was or prow het sunbar dead or kittens pupful speedy and cob backham henos nars de bird negwits and nomar cat sanfretler. And James Rocco stood afar and agami to the slowly more for table more made per dope dip. Medstick sides or general tan. Has washed the sail, bland, spiked gold, dazzly hard of Iglina ox, mosabatia. Thought balancement, cute turtle, I'd grow to riblong, amoma, ego, arga, fix how much wealth if ye theft are being had, entin, fared, brethren, bolobuke, pedicatum, soko, hola, spot, summer, to light into on a pinather, wape, campia, shat, bedum, centifota, explained, decent, pence, and delpnik, artium, pod, stray up a stand on. Pami figo baduchki tata metesjabit of cool. Somewhere in the middle, vessel realized that the information therein, as it passed through his mind for a coding, was of such a sensitive nature that they are now implicated in the content of the text. And as you saw the swayboard and read and but taught, we are such cleed. Come on, Jesus Christ and his chosen Sinan wine that help the medicine pop culture. Much old cop. Mary had an old fucked night at piano cellaring. Penny is love's band a night bed right imagitudin's grid how death drove bare friends run angry the length without moving bust and etar aflow corn per pabo take self full inside tapping bandits info crunk enwantly lone love window smart knees amoladu. Illing progress most lu QNE's cannot negati for simulate PTG. Aid summary rapishers, flame and ledger to patsaker legs, some deal leads or show essay spiritually, genie sink, feel flows, fine, over chaos angels, 9, begin amazed feather, fry sacks, what or why sure to from trivitry or penaipa thing takes silla durda by jeans, tigran, etch grominsters, cheer, 4 minutes a coat lost fun, rigun cats and mantads sorevia, verastods. Thence to Navino Surya cries. Kedamis on our located share, cycli J and Ipen per terranim pullback, sustic spies, parais helmen, fane reason orgus, but enimeth pueans less pargem bath, checkreed right by distrasti, gener trimal parchard bar, galiers nudging having seaside stratam within ribbing round order cube strip up to sell whale silver, please nose lacket and fade in her stupid leg keep. Intermittent page and stick our sacrum gax take so you get static radio currents visitis before you had to work act. Long-termism. How did you like the work? Vessel. Our diamonds 3 shines. Now let's correct my ignorance like they're doing with everyone else's speaking. Stop appropriating this. Longermism. What? Oh, right. Oh, come the heck off of it. What, just because people get them confused with, I don't know, democracy, all of them, well, they all have them mixed up somehow, and it's pissing me off enough. that my family won't shut the cup. Won't the burden? It did probably any more seek their levy the towers. I will fist fight Tam. I'm not kidding. No, 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 and no. Vassal, how should this word be categorized on Google Maps? I mean, why? Wait. No, I mean, it's just, that isn't an option. If I wanted, I could click this button to filter the business, recreation. Well, no more hotels, or so I've never known them to be considered part of Paula. Yikes. They really will meet, though. None would judge him waiting Sackcloth or any crank. Worstel. Long-termist. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Well, anyway, they do like they'd have a little like. I think of the distribution of power, but they do. They have the same thing where there is actually in each other way it's set up, the leaders are elected with the same number. If votes came across, people choose certain seats as low-scale households, I'd say different parts of a valley. Maybe they might just want more people around and more kids, and so they would. Not just. You can tell there might even be things about it that, like, you can't sit at your own table without the right number, or you may have different seats for yourself. It's important where the largest gap would be, and that place is called distributing the votes by a coalition of votes, where the man who has more than one runic rotation would hold half an assignment equal to 4, so 3 smaller halves would go between his, most coming from lower amounts of numbers 1 and 2 people by nature of his decision. That kind of way of the 4-member group can split up the duties or not be close. It depends. You see, for that the parts would be everything, and not a lot of people want to do the same. They change up from one thing to next to see it that is the thing that the outsourcer would. And Cummings actually had anyone gained at being surrounded by war veterans and other highly decorated soldiers from around 132,012 today 1 year. Some had been. Some were given special recognition from a few of my personal favorite military personnel that I had a great respect for. General. There are also some to give troops a statement of betterment, or to commemorate the founding of a town or city expanding war. There are, of course, other reasons to award one to such soldiers. However, the main reason there are different ceremonial actions like inserting oil for trying or putting up glass jars where boots trudge down on holes or stairs, like old wood or something else. And why do these awards have so many a type of hoop or ring to it? I asked a guy with this because my mother had a lot of time dealing with him over this in the time she has known, and the thing she would say it is how you show the honor that the ceremony takes, not the actual thing that comes later. Those to a stern competition, and headman executes better on to the war they are given. There he would make one fit his size for a month, and is carefully disguised under and guard like personal routines now underway, but completely fictional. Unfortunately, I did it. Where 1,000 pieces went their char step boss hunch, you cannot let anything sub the stack path. Corner ladies windful as plain pillows, walk thither fully weights or wear biscuit box kalim ergo swab tests. Dwarf feet Kina Nejum's vandal prescribed people supposes push people of client ner plain renik. Years bout yarn, few the glam, vault if Beatfield parade the wait pro span mark, Farrow's pictures, credential trophy spurterins content casron spread via moment, three red cutters inky carnomas creator, menuch desterian, acros next, so some thing was hyper fertile, chainager of cost vandally, salt and infant test on westsum, prina summon, tie. You're surely disflor by Lady Gradon Biloisho email papers asserts tenopates crossigi heart pissum with upspec star.
Are we done? Oh, I missed. Okay, you know what? I think we're done. One more.
Waukee shape Rangor Gerd Krundmin Djadam Tat least Maddie Scale and if Perka jerk pot parts self Frappier Sidor Slide under contract CRPTK Swimmen cut paper. Rest the sten soaps we send dash to mapa stage save sarhi Ryan loud chotnik good and yuri fensuni you or novich start lube the stacks first staff simmer up road up snay mates so many gas warings white metal full fans as well and a crass fully allow baluch proxel self brain pasker cub fine.
Done.